Welcome back to Chuck for Options. And I would like to thank everybody for subscribing, for commenting on all the videos, and liking and sharing. Thank you so much. The appreciation, I can feel it. I appreciate it. Now, always remember that everything that you see me doing is for educational purposes only, okay? You can paper trade or watch the videos for trade theory, okay? We want to make strong, impactful moves when we trade. But in the meantime, it's good that you get your education, you learn a couple things, you can see some of the moves that I am making. So later on, when you are ready to make your informed decision, you can strike hard. So first, before we get into the actual product that I'm really happy to share with you guys, first, I want to explain what it's really like based around, okay? It's a mining company. They also have dealings with CleanSpark and Marathon Patent Group, Amara. So these three companies are really doing a lot of mixing around the BTC community, the cryptocurrency community. All right, so without no further wait, I would like to introduce you to Riot. Yeah, Riot Blockchain, baby. For the past month, they've been on fire, on absolute fire. The only reason why I know anything about Riot is from the message boards from CleanSpark and from Marathon Patent Group, from Mara. So, you start connecting the dots, you start following the numbers. These guys are really making waves, okay? Recently, they just hit a $1 billion market cap. I don't know what that means, but it's like a big deal, all right? So let's go and see what I've been doing with them. All right, so we're looking on Robinhood, and already, I love it. Welcome to Riot Blockchain. So this is everything I've been doing with Riot. Welcome to Riot Blockchain. And here you can see what they've been doing for the past week, the past month, the past 3 months. So as you can see, nowhere but up. Nowhere but up. I mean, it's been crazy. And along this time period, BTC has also been just taking off. So, I mean, the whole thing in itself is just like a win. All right. So right now, let's take a look at what I have with Riot here. I have 300 shares, 12% of my portfolio. This is today's return with it. It wasn't bad. So the big thing of what I wanted to show everyone was how to actually trade within your portfolio. So there's more than one ways to actually trade. Okay, there's more than one ways to skin a cat. There's more than one ways to say all of those sayings. I'm gonna do that all over again. Welcome, Riot Blockchain. So this is everything I've been doing with Riot. This is what Riot's been doing for the past day. Boom. The past week. The past month. That's a big number. The past 3 months. That's a pretty big number. All right, the past year, come on. Really? So when I go to choose my different companies, I want to know what they're doing, where they're going. Okay, you gotta have a plan. You gotta map out what you're going to do with your trades and what you're going to do with each specific company. Okay, so with this company is definitely a hold. So there's many different ways you can trade within your account. There's more than different ways so you can actually acquire a particular asset. All right, so we're going to go into the different contracts that I have. All right, so I probably bought 100 shares once upon a time, and these 200 shares I actually got through contracts. All right, so one way that you can purchase shares is actually through what you call selling puts. All right, so when you go to sell a put, you can think of it as, they are going to pay you, the market is going to pay you a premium to purchase shares at a later date for a certain price now. So you have to put down collateral, cash, out of pocket, your buying power, okay, to put that money up. Your strike price is the amount of money you have to put up. The premium that you choose, that is what you're going to receive into your pocket, into your account, into your buying power. This particular contract, it expires 12/31. I am looking, I received a credit for it. Today I received $23 for it, a total of $180. This is a time play. This is a theta play. Okay, we want to use those Greeks for our advantage. We want the Greeks to work for us. So this is a put. All right, so I have a total of 24 contracts out with Riot. All right, that was one contract. And I also have 3 sells. So the money that I got for the put came into my account. Now, another way that you can also make money from holding shares, like I always say, this is not financial advice, but always have a long term. When you have long term shares, that's how you can use options to the absolute max, to the best of your ability. Okay, that's a lot of power when you're actually holding the shares. There's a certain amount of money you may want to have inside of your account so you can trade daily with it, so you can, make the different plays you have to make. But for the most part, number one rule, long term. For the long term. Long term for the long term. I'm going to make that a shirt or a hat or something. Long term for the long term. Okay, so moving on. So how do you make everyday income or weekly income, monthly income? You can do that one way with selling a covered call. So I have here these contracts: limit sell, effect to open. Okay, I received $30 for each of those contracts, a total of $90, and I chose the strike price of $20 to expire at the end of the 31st. So with this play, I am saying that I am okay with selling my shares at $20 at the end of the 31st. All right. And they gave me money. They gave me a premium for doing that. In the market, we want to be sellers. We don't want to be buyers. In real life, we have our Amazons, we have our Walmarts, we have our CVS's, we have all these stores, and they're successful because they are selling. They are sellers. Well, we sell. When it comes to the market, we are sellers, okay? There's a lot of data that you can find all over the internet when it comes to option writing, and puts I think it's like 75% of the time, 70% of the time. 90% of your calls are going to die and lose to theta. So if you've gotten this far in the video, you just made a lot of money on non-financial advice. So moving on, how to make more daily income with our money. So I got paid to receive shares. Then when I get the shares, I'm going to pay to put them on the market to be sold at a higher price. Okay. And within that time period, if it doesn't hit $20, then I receive my shares, I get my shares back, and I would have kept my $90 credit. So it's a nice little, win-win strategy right there. Because I'm okay to sell them at 20 if someone want to get rid of them at 20. I don't think they're going to, the price is going to go that much higher from the 31st leading up until Monday trading day. So even if they do sell and it goes up to like $21, $22, I'm just going to wait for a pullback by underneath $20. That's more money made, or just do my cost analysis and see just how much I would be okay to purchase them back at. Okay, but even then, we're just going to wheel it back. Okay, it's called the wheel. All right. Now, for these next examples of contracts, so these were 4 contracts. So you're like, okay, where are the other 20 contracts? Well, those other 20 contracts are actually bundled up in 2-legged strategies. So you divide that 20 by 2 and you get 10. So I have 10 contracts out plus those other 4 that I just showed you. So this is why you see 24 contracts for my total contracts. Okay, the total value, total return for today was 475. Today's return 77. So the total value is 975. The collateral was 1550, and that was for the put. So you have all your information for your contracts right here, so you can see them all. All right, and the other 10 are spread out between these 4 sections here. So we're going to have 5 sells, 5 buys, 5 sells, 5 buys. And you know which contracts belong to which from the expiration date. Here's our sell. Here's our buy for the calls. So these 2 belong together, and these 2 here, they belong together. So we're going to go back and we're going to see what they look like actually grouped up. Okay, so here's a group of contracts here. We have an expiration date of 1/15/21. The cost of these contracts were $350. They have a value now of $450. So they went up in value. The total return today, I lost $10, but what are you going to do? You know, I'm already up 30%, almost 30% on the trade. And if I wanted to sell over here right now, I can get a steady price of $90 for them. I paid $70 per contract. So it's good to learn the screens, to learn what you're looking at. This is why I really like to go over the screens. Okay, here's our 115s. The value, same ones. Okay, so here goes our 122s. Our 122s, they're looking pretty nice. They're looking pretty healthy. We paid on average, we paid $1. Okay, so we paid $100 for 5 contracts expiring 122. So far we are up 30% total. Today we made 4%. We paid $500. We are at 650. And there's the rest of the trade right now. On average, for one, if we were to sell, we would get 130. And remember, we paid $1 for them. So if we would get 130, that's that 30%. That's the 30%. So remember, it's not really math, okay? It's an equation. As long as you remember what the screens are going to look like, you really don't have to do too much math. You have to do the math when you actually go to execute the spreads. So with this particular debit spread, I have a sell at 3, and we have the buy at 430. Well, the spread, the difference between those two, are going to equal right over here, your limit price. So if you go to sell 1, you enter 1, boom, 130. Minimum credit would be 130 on average. That's the credit, that's the spread between those two. If you think you can get a little bit more, you know, you can maybe try and get 150 for it, you know, extra $20. You know, that's good. Why not? You know, that's good gains. That's 50%. Why not? You know? So definitely be happy with where you have your profits at. All right, and once again, I would like to thank everybody for tuning in to Chuck for Options. Please remember to subscribe, like the video, comment. If you have any questions at all, let me know. Be a student of the game. And I also recently opened a Fiverr account in case there's any newer investors that would like to follow my tracks in my trading life. Then you can subscribe to it, and I'll give you different stock tips and different plays on how to play them throughout the week. So once again, I would like to thank you for tuning in to Chuck for Options.